The Vatican Secretary of State calls for a spirit of international solidarity and thanks priests for their pastoral creativity. In an interview with Vatican media, Cardinal Pietro Parolin reaffirms the Church's closeness to the faithful. He says this time is giving us an opportunity to rediscover the value of family and, most importantly, to return to God. Father Giulio Maspero, theology professor at the Pontifical University of the Holy Cross, best known as Santa Croce, joins us now from Rome. Father, thanks for joining us.
Thanks a lot.
Can you talk about how it's been for you basically being a professor and a priest only online now? How has that transition been?
It's a challenging transition because you don't have the contact with the people, with the students, and it's tough. For example, in Italy, there is a priest who printed the selfies of the people of his parish to celebrate Mass with them somehow. So we have to imagine a lot, and it's tiring, but also it's wonderful because people need a lot the contact. So they appreciate everything. Just a little bit of contact, it's wonderful for them. So it's also interesting.
Father, can you talk about the pros and cons to maybe offering Mass, a meditation, or even a group Bible study online?
So there are different parts, because for this Bible study group is good. It's like a lecture, so it works somehow. Even people is more attentive because you can look at the faces and this kind of good sharing. They can ask questions in an easier way somehow. They feel free to ask, but at the same time, for the Mass, it's completely a problem because you can listen, but you cannot participate. You cannot receive the Holy Sacrament. So there is also a strong feeling that we are missing the most important part. But maybe also is a good opportunity to discover the gift of the Mass, the gift of liturgy here. It's maybe a kind of preparation. So we are relearning, we're learning again what we learned as kids, and we are discovering again what we have.
I know this is a really challenging time for you, but do you think that young people maybe better respond to this way of living in the faith?
Yeah, I think that it's a very interesting moment from that perspective, because young people, they are stuck at home with a lot of time, and they're asking big questions. So I spend all my afternoons, even some mornings, talking with people, and also the social medias, and so they feel comfortable in that environment. And for us, it's an opportunity, even if I think that after that, after the crisis, maybe we will be back to the analog world and drink beer together and talk and hug each other again. And we need that. So people also are longing for that. Yeah. They're discovering also what they had, what we had, and we will have again.
Absolutely. Father, last question. Do you think that priests will continue to use technology as a means to evangelize and maybe educate more in the future?
I think so, because we are learning a lot of, we are discovering tools, we are learning a lot how to use these tools. And maybe also is what Pope Francis was saying, that we have to preach also on the net somehow. We have to learn how to stay there in the digital world. But this could be just the beginning, the starting point. Then the real meeting is needed. So also we will be more able to attract people to a real encounter with Jesus and with the liturgy, with the sacraments. So I think that it's a very interesting opportunity.
Well, Father, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for your insight. Father Giulio Maspero, theology professor at the Pontifical University of the Holy Cross. Thank you, Father.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.